the Young Turks 40 years.
Hello and welcome to this special edition of Young Turks from the 20th Wharton India Economic Forum in Philadelphia. I'm Shruti Mishra. An annual student-run India-centric platform, the Wharton India Economic Forum, gives thought leaders the forum to discuss the opportunities present and the challenges that it needs to be addressed. With its aim to promote entrepreneurship, the forum for the last 3 years has been running a startup competition that features India-focused startups. And Young Turks is proud to partner the competition for the third time in a row. Wharton India Economic Forum staged 2 events this year. The first was held in Mumbai on 5th January, where 10 teams battled it out for a prize money that summed up to $35,000 and a chance to meet investors in Wharton. You saw the coverage of the third Wharton India Start-up competition on Young Turks, where Ketto and Kheyti emerged winners. We're here to cover the second leg of the event, where as promised, the 2 winning teams will network with investors here. But first, take a look at their ventures. Grand Prize winner of the Wharton India Economic Forum 2016, Ketto is Asia's largest crowdfunding platform for social and personal causes. In the last 12 months, Ketto has grown 10x in volume and has raised 10 crore rupees across 1,000 campaigns. The venture has also raised a seed round of funding of $700,000 from India Internet Fund and Chennai Angels.
This last 2 months have been super exciting. Our team size has grown by 100%, our revenue has grown by 50%. We also entered a new space in the food tech space, where we're helping a lot of food companies crowdfund now on Ketto. The next 9 months are going to be super exciting. We're looking to launch in at least 2 more countries and aim to hit a run rate of at least 15 crores a month.
People's Choice Award winner Kheyti is trying to make small farmers smart farmers by helping them design, adapt and implement low-cost farming solutions. Founded in 2015, Kheyti helps farmers increase yield and predictability of produce by giving them market and financial linkages. The venture is looking at partnering top greenhouse companies in Israel, Spain and China to produce their products, and they want to reach out to 150 farmers by end of this year.
Since we won the competition, we set up about 2 acres of greenhouses in Mehboob district in a village called Depalli in Telangana. Very soon we'll be helping 150 farmers come out of poverty and hopefully reach about 5,000 farmers by next year or the next couple of years.
We are at the Wharton campus and People's Choice Award winner Kheyti is all geared up to meet Karthik Hosanegar, an angel investor and professor at Wharton. Let's listen in.
How do you keep this sustainable? I mean, I admire your mission and the goal, but the question is, you're also up against, you're not going to a market where there's high willingness to pay. They'll give you all the money, and this business is sustainable. So
one is definitely, giving the products to the farmer, for which.
So just to clarify that, we charge for the product and
for the
services.
Product. For 1 acre greenhouse is right now around 60 lakhs. So our design, the structure and the design that first of all we made it modular, so it's around 1,000 square feet to 2,000 square feet, which is much smaller than what is available. And definitely we had a lot of challenges in finding a manufacturer and a vendor who would give us with this small size greenhouse, because right now it's not viable for them also, because not a lot of farmers have had demand for small scale greenhouses.
Just for the farmer's perspective, it is a small sized unit which is financed. So so we have a bank which is basically partnering with us. So farmer pay 1% of it costs $1,100 for for
around
1% thing.
80,000.
So they pay about $110 they need to pay and make an upfront investment.
Okay. So that makes sense. I was going to ask that you have to either partner with a bank, give them financing, or you have to give it to them free, but kind of say you are going to get the proceeds from the crop.
Even Ketto, who is the winner in.
So we're talking to Ketto to do a crowdfunding. Other winners of the Wharton India Economic Forum. They're a crowdfunding platform. So we want to also explore innovative financing models, because I think if you want to do it the scale, it's not going to work. With the existing bank infrastructure, doesn't really work in agriculture at all. We've been lucky enough to convince a bank to say, hey, we'll do for 150 farmers that you're doing right now. But if we want to do it at scale, we need to reduce the cost of capital, which is right now for the bank itself, it's the interest rates are about 22%, which just reduces the viability of that greenhouse for that farmer.
When will the rollouts happen? What are your time?
So right now the rollouts are happening.
Oh, it's
at this
happening.
point.
How many farms?
So at this point, we have an in-house experiment that is completing, and the rollout will happen with 5 farmers right now. In this month is happening. So over the next 16 months, it's 150 farmers. So we're at the sort of inflection point where it's going to really be the test of all the work that we've done.
After an engrossing conversation with Professor Hosanagar, we are now on our way to meet students of the FinTech and Agribusiness Club of Wharton as they wait for our winners. Let's go.
How do you guys get campaigns to basically start campaigns on your platform? Do you guys have a traditional business development team reaching out to nonprofits and having them start campaigns on your platform, or has it been more organic?
So we do have a business development team, but what we've learned is that the network effect of our platform is really, really strong. We've seen that every person who starts a campaign gets at least 4 to 5 more campaigns on our platform. So the problem with crowdfunding in India is that crowdfunding is not a known term itself. So if you we've seen in the last 12 months, we've seen that the more search volume of crowdfunding goes up, the more campaigns that we get. So the problem is that not enough people are searching crowdfunding. So we've tried to work with people that we've already got and try to see how they can get more campaigns, because we've seen that what crowdfunding does is a very strong need-based solution that we provide. And if we've seen that people who successfully raise funds, they actually go out and promote crowdfunding as a tool or platform to raise money. So most 9 out of 10 campaigns that we've got is just been through referrals, and not through any heavy marketing or advertising.
Can you talk a little bit about the regulation in the fintech space in India, especially for new startups that are launching? What are the challenges they should be thinking of in terms of the government getting involved?
In my experience in the last few years is that the government only starts regulating if the business really becomes big. So until you don't become big, there's no point even thinking about regulation or how regulation can play a role. So it's ideas that you go for it, try to execute it, try to get some scale, and when you're trying to do that, you always keep talking into the government, talking to an RBI or a SEBI or whichever body it is, and keep having that conversation in terms of how, if this space becomes really big, how it will get regulated. So because in the end, if they're trying to regulate it or they want to regulate it and you are the biggest player in the market, they're going to come to you for suggestions as well. They're going to ask you how are users reacting, users behaving.
So one of the biggest challenges for most startups today in India is scaling up. So people have good ideas, but when you actually start getting a lot of traction, that's when most entrepreneurs face the challenge.
For scaling up, we're basically looking at 2 different branches to approach farmers. The first is using farmer collectives, which are basically groups of farmers that work together. And there are a lot of companies in agriculture, like Pradhan has had I think around 200,000 farmers under their FPO umbrella. And there's Basics, both Kaushik and I used to work with the Basics group, and they under Basics Krishi have again a lot of farmers registered in FPO collectives. So that's one channel that we're planning to use for basically distributing the products. And the second is creating these rural entrepreneurs called Kheyti Walas, who would basically be our mascots into the rural community and take our product and services to the farmers. Whoever is using our products, if they have any issues with the greenhouse, they don't know which seeds to use, which fertilizers to use, these guys will be their point of contact.
We think this is a model, if it succeeds, can be applicable to many different customer segments and not only people that you'll only find in scattered across. The second level of broader focus is dryland areas, which is the typical tropical areas which cover from central India to a little bit of South India to a little bit of North India, which is which has mostly 2 summers is what you talk about, because of which the crop cycle becomes shorter. And if you want even focus it narrower, our plan for the next 5 years is going to be the tri-state area of Maharashtra, Karnataka and Telangana, which has similar demographic profile, climatic profile, which makes our work easier.
With this, we come to the end of day one. Time for a break, but stay tuned as we bring you highlights of the 20th Wharton India Economic Forum.
The Young Turks' 14 years